Namaskar, everyone. Today, in this pandemic world, we are hearing a lot of different kind of news, and I was very fortunate to hear some positive news in and around Pune. I have here with me my friend Asim and Shalaka, who are definitely good friends, but also proud owner of Gecko Kitchens. So the reason I wanted them to be here was they started an amazing social initiative, and I was taken aback about how they have really made it happen. I wanted to really understand from them how they have done it, why they have done it. So in conversation with Asim and Shalaka. Hey Asim, hi Shalaka, how are you guys doing?
Thanks for taking time out in your work from home schedule and agreeing to do this. Sorry, we couldn't do appropriate time because we're currently running between preparing everyday meals and planning for the next day. So I'm really sorry about that.
Thank you very much for being here. And that actually comes to immediately you dive into the question which I have is what exactly this initiative is all about?
Srikant, in February, we started a restaurant called Gecko Kitchens. That was the post initial lockdown. Gecko Kitchens is basically into pizzas, Sri Lankan kotu, Nepali dishes, French baguettes, and baguette related dishes. We also have some African dishes, and we also have regular and a very assorted dessert menu. We also have a branch of Gecko Kitchens in Amanora Mall, which is in Pune, which is one of the biggest malls in Pune. Um, since this lockdown, we had to close down the restaurant because of the restrictions.
Mhm.
Thought of using this infrastructure to cater to a lot of people who are currently suffering, especially people in our age group who were working till date are now tested positive, have to be in quarantine. The whole family is in quarantine and they need food. So we decided to use our infrastructure, our staff, because I was never going to lay my staff off. That's against my policy.
Wow.
So I was making full use of them, and I was trying to get the benefit by having this infrastructure put to a cause where we can serve one meal to all these COVID patients and senior citizens in and around our area within 5 kilometer radius, so that they at least get one full meal in a day. Now we have also customers who are ordering for more quantity so that they can eat the same food in the evening also, because the food we are catering is extremely high quality, very hygienic, made for people who have lost taste, lost smell, all these impacts of COVID on your body. So we've taken care of all that. So that's the initiative. We send all the meals between 12:30 and 3:30.
Mhm.
The rice plate, which includes rice, dal, sabzi, and a chutney or a pickle, is for 20 rupees. And the roti plate, which includes rice plate plus two rotis, is for 30 rupees.
Wow. 20 and 30. Are you serious? How is it possible?
Well, we made it possible, to be very honest. The reason why we had put this price tag, which we were against to, is because anything free loses its value, and we didn't want it to happen. So that's the reason this price tag is. It's hardly covering anything from our this thing. But
Mhm.
we made it possible because we would like to do it as a social cause. We don't want to be partial in terms of you're COVID positive but you're rich and you and can afford, or you're COVID positive but you can't afford, so I'm going to give you at this price, because it would have been unfair on our part. So since it's a social cause, we're doing it. A lot of people have supported this, a lot of people have contributed. We were going through some tough times and we had to take some calls to come out of our financial burden or stress in the last 2 years after I lost my job in September 2019. So we decided to sell our property since it was a big asset which we had. So when we sold that, we got some profit, and then we have allocated some of that money from that profit to this cause. Because we didn't. The whole idea is basically to make sure that whatever we suffered during these last 2 years, because of COVID, people are suffering financially, health wise, family wise. if we can contribute to reducing their stress by even a small minute percentage, we both wanted to really put our foot forward to that. So that's the whole or motive behind this whole cause.
That is simply great, because if you personally are going through an hardship and you are still thinking about this, I really appreciate that. But still, I would like to understand where this got initiated. I mean, what made you do this?
Actually, as I said, last 2 years have been really tough on us, both mentally and financially. We were looking for a way to come out. So when we got this opportunity of coming out of it by of course the sale of the house, we realized that we can utilize. I mean, we can utilize this to reduce someone's stress, someone's tension, partially. So
Mhm.
that was the on process in the mind. And the same time, somewhere on social media, Anand Mahindra sir had helped a lady in Chennai who's not very well educated, very poor, but for social cause she was serving idlis in 1 rupee for those who are in need. So we just thought, if this lady who does not have the infrastructure can do it, then when we have a little bit of infrastructure and now we have money after 2 years of hardship, we have something to bank on. Why not use it, and why not give it back to the society? So that was the whole objective.
It's a great divine thought, to be very honest. Something inspired someone, and now you are here. I'm glad you are doing this. Uh, into this initiative, I do want to understand, like, if someone has to order or someone has to connect with you, so what exactly is the process and how it goes?
So basically, we have done a lot of social media marketing, and plus has helped spread the news that we are catering this. So anyone who gets the number contacts us. We add him to a WhatsApp group, which is basically an order management group, where they can place an order in a given format, and the food will be delivered to them. Uh, the payments are simple. The group is made in a way where the description talks about how to place the order, how you'll get the delivery, because a lot of restrictions now. So our delivery volunteers only go to the door or go to the society gate and keep it and call them. So they have to arrange for the pickup. The group icon has the QR code for payments, so they make the payments. So basically, it's like you don't have to call and talk to us every day. You just place the order. It's a very auto pilot driven mechanical system.
Wow, you made it simple for them.
It's very simple.
That's great. That's great. So, a person like me, if I want to really help, what I should be doing, what kind of help you need
Get
in
on
this?
your bus, come to Pune.
That's so true. I'll
Yeah,
definitely try and come.
uh, I agree. I mean, there are a lot of people. We got contributions from Australia, from Netherlands, from some parts of Germany. There are people who are contributing to this cause financially and being involved in this financially.
Mhm.
But there are some people who are also physically helping us do the deliveries, because most of these deliveries are done by um, my Harley friends. Of course, they are the brotherhood is what we bank on,
Yeah.
and some of the customers who have now recovered and out of quarantine, and they are coming and helping us deliver these things, because that is a big challenge today.
Oh,
So yeah, financially and physically both can be possible. For those who are at a distance, can contribute financially.
that's great to know. And you spoke about challenges. I'm wondering because I know you for a long time. I know you don't belong to this industry at all, food industry. How, what were the challenges and how did you manage it?
Well, honestly, as you know, I was in international sales for last whatever years I remember, and you would remember. But I donned the chef's coat as a hobby. I donned the chef coat as a profession when we started Gecko Kitchens. So I'm in the kitchen, and mostly my challenges in the kitchen are basically supply chain, because now with the lockdown, the grocery market getting shut early, getting things for the meals, like getting the raw material, getting the containers for packing them, is kind of challenge. But to be very honest, with so many blessings, so much of support from those people who are enjoying the meals, from those people who are really believing in us, we are motivated enough to overcome these small challenges. And supply chain challenges are nothing for me because I've dealt with them for last 20 years in my professional life.
That's
uh,
so true.
can be overcome. However, one of the biggest challenge is the delivery, and I think it's right for Shalaka to talk on it because she's the one who delivers most of the things in the car. So I think she
Oh,
should talk
wow.
about.
Yes, Shalak, I would like to know delivery challenges now.
Oh, yes. So when we started this last week, it's just been about a week we've started. So when we started this last week, we started with a minimum of 10 deliveries, 15 deliveries a day. So I had two people delivering in and around our area. However, by the end of the week, the number had gone up to almost about 40 deliveries. Now we work in a very small window period of 12:30 to 3 o'clock.
Wow.
So it's 2 o'clock because 2 o'clock is what the last order has to go to every house. So considering a small window period and just two delivery people for 40 houses, we had a lot of help from our friends who came in as volunteers to start delivering in the nearby area. We call them Gecko Warriors today. So 6 Gecko Warriors uh, who deliver in the nearby area. Now, the biggest challenge here is that going from society to the society, delivering these, every society, because of COVID restrictions and due to strict regulations, you take about anything between 8 to 12 minutes to deliver one parcel to one house.
Wow.
And then that creates a domino effect on the further um, deliveries. So that's where my biggest challenge is right now. We're trying to overcome that as much as we can.
Yeah, thank you, Shalaka, because delivery is one of the important factor, and I feel now I really appreciate all of the delivery guys because the dominoes effect and spending that time 5-10 minutes in each house, it's a huge task. That's true.
I would like to add a point, Srikan. I think
Uh-huh.
also it's hats off to these volunteers here who are delivering these because it takes a lot of courage and a lot of brave attitude, because in these tough times when you're going and delivering to a COVID quarantine house, it's not easy.
Yeah.
All delivery guys are professionals like you and me, and they still step out of the house, keep their work aside, step out of the house, deliver. Their families also have some kind of apprehension about why you doing this, but it's just their heart, that's it. I mean, they just want to contribute.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to add it's today was the 7th day, and tomorrow's 67th delivery will be our 1,000th meal being delivered. So
Wow.
happy that it has taken shape, and we are really helping some people who are like really in need right now. When we talk to them on the phone, when they order, it's I'm telling you, immediate families, secondary families, nephews, aunts, a lot of people have lost their loved ones. So it's not a very rather it's a very sad state right now.
Uh, I can understand and I can completely empathize because few things have happened in our own houses, and I mean let's not go there, but let's talk about this. And you're talking about seventh day and the number of deliveries. How many days would you like to plan this activity? I really want to know this.
I hope I don't have to continue this tomorrow, Srikant. I hope a program of this kind is not needed from tomorrow. I hope Corona is over. I hope the stress that Corona has brought, I hope the suffering that Corona has brought is over immediately. But to be very honest, I'm talking from a very emotional perspective. On a practical point, as long as this suffering is there and as long as there is a need for this program, we will contribute from our own pocket. We will ask people to contribute, but we will keep this going. We will keep putting in efforts. Um, no matter what happens, if tomorrow a full lockdown is declared and I have to go to certain government offices, get the passes, I'll get them. I'll somehow manage because we have so much of support, so much of motivation behind us with these blessings. We will keep going.
Wow. Hats off to you guys. Hats off to you guys. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm sure, I mean, when you're talking about emotions, I would like to know what kind of experiences you are getting?
You want me to go first?
Yes.
Experiences to start with, we are getting a lot of blessings from all the people whom we are delivering the food right now to. But there is just this one small incident that happened the other day. So we were preparing our food in the morning. We were busy packing it to be sent out for deliveries, and there was this boy moving out outside our restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
He came to me or rather, he knocked on the door, and when I opened it, he said he was hungry. So he said, but he cannot afford the 20 rupees that the price tag that we put. So I gave him the meal. I said, don't worry, just take it, have your food and enjoy. And the satisfaction and the happiness on his face was so huge that that kind of emitted or back onto us, and we were completely satisfied seeing this boy being happy. So yes, it was a blessing.
I can only imagine the happiness what that guy must be having and back on you. Asim, do you have any incident or experience you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, I share the same feelings. This after you deliver meals, when people send you messages, call you, and tell you that the food was really tasty, we really enjoyed despite of being in some kind of pain due to the disease. And they send blessings. They tell us that how brave we are to be doing this. It kind of feels good. And trust me, Srikant, from whatever we both have gone through for the last 2 years, we're happy that the sleepless nights are over, because this feeling gives us very satisfying feeling sleep in the night. And for the last 2 years, I think ever since we started this initiative, we've been sleeping very well, waking up in the morning with a big smile on our face, very positive thinking, going ahead to serve and to cook or to deliver the meals. So yeah, I think it's a overwhelming experience for us, and we're glad that we can do it physically, financially. I'm glad that we thought about it and we actually implemented it.
I think I'll continue with your point, Asim. We in our mind, I'm sure in the past also, we have thought about something that, hey, we should do this, someone should do this. And I really appreciate both of you that now you have taken the baton in the hand and you are running it. I'm really glad. I'm very happy. I feel proud about both of you guys. Yeah, yes, seriously. So thank you very much. Any last thoughts you have, any one of you?
I would just like to thank all the Gecko warriors here. They're just too good to be true. Thanks to all the contributors who contributed so far financially. Thanks to people like Pramod Pandey, who was our customer and is now delivering in one particular area. Um, it's a wonderful experience, to be very honest. Well, I'm not going to be donning the chef's coat for too long, hopefully, but having done it has given me a lot of experience. The learning cycle has been fantastic. I think I must have gained about 8 years of experience in these last 8 months ever since I get to start Gecko Kitchens. So it's a very fulfilling experience, because I have walked through the entire learning cycle. So I've gone through the right from the idea generation to the point where we actually implemented, and now seeking feedbacks from people.
Yeah, that's
So it's a wonderful journey so far. I hope, as I said, I don't have to continue this program, but till the time it is needed, I will put in every bit of effort to do it.
sure. Thank you. Shalaka, would you like to share anything?
um, a big thank you to all my dear customers who keep motivating us to make something interesting for them every day, every single day. However, one big thank you and a word of appreciation to all those people out there who really follow the rules. And when I mean follow the rules, wearing a mask, social distancing, sanitization, whatever it needs, to keep yourself safe and thus keep others safe. This is of utmost importance right now. And whoever currently is following these rules hardcore, a big salute to those.
That's so true. That's so true that if we are safe, others are safe. That's the lessons we should learn from these things. And anyone can help anyone is the lessons that should be learned from you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here. I know I have to push you to get into this interview. You're not ready, but thank you for giving that time. I really appreciate it. And I would definitely come and meet you and try and be a part of this group. Thank you very much, Asim. And thank you very much, Shalaka.
Thank you.
Thank you.